It is time for the news, and I am talking about all the news from the past week with my brother Khasino. Yes, we're going into all of it, and of course, yeah, we got the freshest data mines available, guys. You're not gonna wanna miss any minute of this. Let's go smash it!
ValleyFlyin.
What is up, Valley Maniacs? ValleyFlyin here. I am back. Welcome to the channel. And in this video, which will hopefully be a weekly series where we discuss all the news, we are talking about all the news of the past week of Marvel Strike Force. A lot of stuff going on, so this video might be longer than our normal videos, but this is the first one. Let me know what you guys think of it in the comments down below. I am joined, obviously, audio only, by my brother from another mother, Khasino. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic. What's up?
What is up is all of the news, man. There's so much that went on this past week in Marvel Strike Force. We got new characters. Falcon Shuri is in the game. Hulk got his rework. And of course, you got some juicy data mines that you just pulled, and we're gonna talk about all that. But you wanna kind of describe what we're trying to do with this video series, which will hopefully be done on a weekly basis.
So firstly, we're gonna try to do this every Tuesday for you guys. Just we already chat a few times a week and just catch up on all the latest. So we're just kind of gonna run down everything that's been going on every week. And in this particular little episode here, we're gonna talk about the issues in the compensation. We're gonna talk about the rumors and the data mine pertaining to a possible Red Star rework. We're gonna talk about the Hulk rework. Going to talk about the Wakandan team and how we feel so far, first impressions of Falcon, what we think about the Falcon Event, and then some data mined images of a mystery character, data mined images and instances of a new mechanic, and finally data mined kit and imagery for another new character. So.
Interesting. Oh, and just to be clear, we're talking a little bit before this. All of these are data mine. All this info is data mined info. None of this is from any leaks or anything. So this is all stuff that is in the game files right now. Is that correct?
Yes, it is.
All right. Well, let's do it then. The first thing we're talking about was the bugs, compensation, freezing. Have you experienced a lot of freezing before the fix came out?
Absolutely. Again, it was super annoying. So the video that I just filmed with Chewburger, where we're doing an orb opening.
Oh my goodness, I forgot about that.
We had more orbs than that, but when I went, we did the whole intro. Like, are you ready? All right, let's get into it. All right, and my first orb is a. We have a problem.
How did you guys film that? That is so crazy. You guys filmed that during all these bugs.
So his, for whatever reason, was working.
Okay.
I don't know how that worked out. And then I could not get my BlueStacks to work. I literally couldn't open orbs from my orb opening video. So I had to like record the screen on my phone, and I was able to make it work via my phone. But it was quite the process.
Annoying.
Super annoying.
So last time there was bugs, which coincidentally was the last update that they've done. Yep. We got some pretty sweet compensation. What are you expecting this time? Do you think that these bugs were worse, not as bad? What are your feelings on that?
I mean, it's not as game-breakingly bad. Like the other one was like people not able to do challenges, and I know there are some instances here of people getting currency taken away and not getting the thing that they opened, but for the most part, orbs were opening, they just weren't showing as opening, so you didn't know what you got, and then if you tried to open more than you had, it would like anomaly detect it and you'd have to restart. But yeah, it was just a big mess. I was trying to figure out what caused this, and because you would think like the big thing that I've been hearing people say is like, what the hell is quality assurance doing? Like, how do you miss this? Like, there's no way QA didn't open a single orb. Like, how did they miss this? And I felt that same as everyone else. Like, how could this possibly be happening? If QA is doing anything at all, how does this happen? And I got some context for it, which is that it's not really QA's fault. So the short version is...
Whose fault would all this be?
Well, so this is a combination of... without pinning the finger on anyone in particular, it sounds like it's the the devs in particular who update the server info. And so here's how it was explained to me is like there's two sets of code. There's the code for the clients, which is what we all have and download on our end, and then there's the code for the server. And they're supposed to line up perfectly. Like if the client is expecting one thing, that's what the server's supposed to be sending. But so clients are only updated every so often because it usually takes like 2 weeks, and there's like the review process in the App Store. So all that gets locked in like, decently ahead of time, and that's what QA gets to test. So when QA is testing it, it's all working. But between the time we get it and it being, in for review and stuff, they make changes on the server side, and, they screw up and they put, something that they don't realize changes something else, and they either put like, one update ahead of time server info or one update behind server info or whatever, and it makes it not line up when it communicates with the client. And so, I hope they get it together. Like the common sense is like, stop doing that. Only update them at the same time. Like, why do you need us to tell you this? But
it seems like I don't know how far back it goes, but since January, every single update has had bugs to varying degrees, some major, some minor, but it seems like every update has had bugs. So you'd think they would stop doing that if that is indeed what is causing all this, but I guess not, right?
Yep, and when it's something minor, like you can totally get beyond it. Like, it's one little thing, like you have to click exit on this one screen twice. Like there's some small bugs, whatever, but massive things like this, like like this was Avengers Endgame weekend. Like
yes.
All eyes are on this game, and the Reddit is just covered in like, this game is completely broken. Like what a disaster. I hope they get it together.
I hope they do too. As many problems as this game has, I still enjoy playing it, so I hope they get it all together.
Yeah, there's a lot of merit. They better be really good to us, though. I heard that this compensation, what they're considering isn't going to be as generous as the last batch of compensation, and I hope they rethink that.
I hope they do too, because I know in most cases I've gotten what I was supposed to claim, but I know there's a few instances that I just lost out on the rewards because I looked at it beforehand, and when I first close the game, open it up, the rewards aren't there. So I know there's a few instances that I have not gotten everything.
And I feel really bad for the community manager and for support. I feel bad for support because they must be buried under an avalanche of tickets right now. And I feel bad for the community manager because he's like just started being on board, and within a few weeks, he's already had to put out how many fires?
Well, it's an update time, right? All right. But I think we've beaten that horse.
I agree.
Let's talk about these Red Star rumors. There was a Datamine last week about some interesting things that we haven't really seen in the game as far as Red Stars, some different tiers, it seemed like, for different star levels. What are your thoughts on those? That's different than what you've proposed in your video, right? So what are your thoughts on these Red Star?
It is different, but it's not completely different. So it answered a lot of the core issues. So my whole thing, and a lot of people's thing, has been you can't have backwards progress. That should be pretty straightforward at this point. And so what they've done is it seems from the data mine, and this is all very subject to change, but what it seems to look like is that there will be like tickets for, was it 5, 6, and 7 or 4, 5, 6, and 7?
I don't remember off the top of my head, but it should be on screen right now so you guys can see exactly what it says.
So they have an Elite 4-star orb guarantees a 4-star promotion. Elite 5-star orb guarantees a 5. Elite 6 guarantees a 6. Elite 7 guarantees a 7. And then promotion credits to get them up to 5. And then gold promotion credits to get them to 6 and 7. So when I said something to promote to 6 and 7, we got that. Selective application of red stars, it looks like we're getting that. And then the fact that there's currency for 4, or an elite that guarantees a 4, and then an orb that guarantees a 5, an orb that guarantees a 6, an orb that guarantees a 7. That's a step in the right direction. So we don't have anywhere near as much info as we need. Like, I've been getting asked a lot, like, does this mean I should hold on to my red star orbs? Like, We have no idea when this is coming. It's going to be 3 months away. We don't know what the exchange rate is going to be. There's no way to know. We don't have all the info yet, but it looks promising and it looks like a step in the right direction. So I'm excited for it, but it's a little too early to call and just something to consider because there's plenty of people seeing that like, well, time to hold my red stars. Like, yeah, maybe you might be really glad that you did that, but you know, I hope you don't want more red stars for Shuri or Falcon, for example, when they have an increased drop chance because while that's going on, you know.
Well, here's the thing. Remember, we've had Yellow Jacket in Datamine since beta. Falcon was in Datamines from before beta, during beta. So who knows how long all this stuff will take an effect? But Datamines don't necessarily mean anything's coming soon.
Right. Yeah. There's no dates on this or anything.
So I just opened red stars last night. So anyway.
Yeah.
Hulk Rework. I've been waiting for this for so long. I've been wanting this. It's better.
Yeah,
I'm a little disappointed in it. He is a little scary, so I do like that, and I do like that it's based on him getting below 50% health. So it's kind of that damage thing and him getting angry that I wanted to see, but. I thought they could have went further with it, made him meta, just considering how hard it is to farm. What are your thoughts on this Hulk rework?
Well, so meta's a little bit much because he's actually easy to get. Like he takes a while to get, but he's not hard to get. Like everyone has him if they've been playing long enough. You can't avoid him.
That's true. You have to play for a long time to get him, though.
It's not too crazy though. Like, if you've been playing 6 months, I'm sure you have him.
Yeah.
But having said that, though, I'm happy with him. His kit, the way it flows now, is so much more natural. You taunt, and if you take enough damage, then you immediately get to go and retaliate. And I like that it plays more into his character of, you make Hulk angrier the more you hit him, and he heals quite a bit now. He got some speed, so I think they did a good job of making him a perfectly usable character. He's not, incredible, but he's not someone you want to mess with. Like, in the past, when you saw Hulk, you're like, awesome, free win. Yeah. And they got away from that. Now it's like, all right, just be careful of that Hulk.
You gotta think a little bit. Especially in Blitz. You can't just go smash. Yeah. He will, because he will. He has that damage there.
Yeah, he's always had that damage, and now people are actually seeing it. I've been trying to tell people, like, Hulk freaking hurts. He was just a super slug, so now I love it. He just immediately gets that full turn, offense up, just ready to go. It's really cool.
He's faster. He's faster than Thor, too.
Yeah.
Now, Wakanda. I think that is the big rage right now in the game. On paper, they look very good, and for me, my low-level Wakandas do very well in Blitz, but you have a Wakandan team that is ready for Ultimus, at least Ultimus 6. I'm not sure about Ultimus 7. 206k right now. What are your initial thoughts on the Wakandans now that you've actually played with them and not just looking at them on paper?
So I have some interesting thoughts on Wakanda because the big thing is they were advertised as being the new top raid team.
And I gotta say, on paper, they seem that way, but...
So that's my impression too, but a lot of people are not getting that because here's what I think makes them interesting. So I have a theory, I don't know if this is true, but I have a theory that they were designed for like level 75 or level 80 content because they are, I believe they are the best raid team, but at 7775 abilities. If you look at their kits, every single character on that team has at least one like must-have orange ability mat upgrade. Several of them have like 3.
I would agree with that.
And so people are comparing them.
You could argue Shuri has 4.
Yeah, well, the Shuri Basic is the only one I'm a little on the fence about, but Shuri has at least 3. But so the Wakandan kit in comparison, like at 6664, I don't think they're the best raid team. I do think Fury Shield will outperform them in some regards, and I think that the Kree team with Minerva and the Guardians, I think that'll outperform them as well for current raid content. But I do think that all maxed out, all abilities maxed, I think they do surge into the lead as the top raid team, which will be necessary for harder content. But so yeah, it's tricky evaluating them for the time being. But
Well,
another thing.
I'm sorry. Just out of curiosity, what orange mats do you have on your Wakandans right now?
So I immediately I've had the BP passive for a little while now. Just
Okay.
no regrets on that one. It's awesome. I immediately got the Shuri passive and the Shuri ult when I got her.
Nice.
And then
nice.
I was having an issue with Okoye not dispelling on her basic or her counter assist. So I put orange mats into the Okoye basic, which covers the counter and assist, and so that gives her plus 50% focus on her dispels. So now we're smooth sailing. But I have none in Killmonger, and Killmonger's abilities get a ridiculous amount of damage. So
what about my boy M'Baku? Because I pity the food that does not have M'Baku.
I haven't put any orange mats in them, but I want to do it on either the special or the passive. So
I like the passive. I like the special too. So both of them look very good.
But so that's my initial impression of them is they at 664, which is where most people are going to have them in a reasonable-ish amount of time. I don't think they're the best raid team, but 7775, I think they surge into the lead. And what also is very misleading is they're not the best raid team purely because they have incredible sustain. Like their sustain is very good, but they're an interesting combination of like damage and sustain. They do a lot of damage, like constant Okoye assist. Killmonger does tons of damage. M'Baku does a fair amount of damage. BP, like you want to really use that team to get a lot of extra turns out of the BP passive. You want to leave kills for BP to get, so you can get a lot of extra offensive turns. So they're an interesting raid team in that their sustain is pretty good, but it's a lot of offense. So
Quick question about Black Panther and his passive. I know it was on MSF.GG for a while that when he drops below 100% health, not 50% health, that he would be getting his increase, or is it his ultimate? Yeah, or something like that. So what is going on with that? Because that hasn't been revealed in game yet.
Glad you brought that up. That was apparently a mistake on MSF.GG.
Oh, I was hoping that would be real. I was hoping that'd be good.
Am I sad to be the bearer of bad news on that? We rated him with that kit for the tier list stream. So we're gonna reevaluate Black Panther next time around.
All right. And moving on to the next topic, we are talking about Falcon. Now, on paper, I'm a little confused by his kit, but you actually have him 34,000. What are your initial impressions of him actually playing with him at that level?
So I actually quite like Falcon. I want to just talk about a few things right off the bat before because here's the main things I've been seeing. So I've been seeing people say, "Oh, Falcon's not working properly. He's not doing the bonus attacks like he's supposed to." And the CM confirmed that there is a visual bug where it doesn't always show the bonus attacks, but the damage is being calculated, which is what I'm experiencing as well. Sometimes it looks like he's just hitting him once, but he's clearly hitting him way harder. So there's that going on.
Nice.
A couple other things. Someone asked about the speed bar. Can people overfill their speed bar and go twice in a row? Yes, they can. So that's pretty cool.
Certain characters or every character? Because I know Black Panther can.
Any character can. So the way Falcon grants turn meter, they hold on to it.
Okay.
So there's that. And then there's one other thing, which is a lot of people have been saying, "Oh, I really like Falcon, but he just doesn't do any damage." And most of the people saying that are using like a 3-star Falcon with no red stars against like 7-star enemies.
And what is your Falcon at star-wise right now?
5 gold, 4 red.
Ooh, Whaley McWhale. Jeez.
I did. I brought out extra blubber for this one, but I'm glad I did. But so let me assure you, like, people often make that mistake. They'll get a new character and they'll use them at like low gold star and be like, I don't know, I've been using them. They're not that good. It's like you're fighting against 6 and 7-star enemies. Like, you know, these things, their base damage, their base health, all these things, their focus, like these things all scale with the stars. So for me, I have an issue. Like, I can't even evaluate a character, and this is totally #first whale problem. I'm not trying to play the victim here. But I have an issue where, like, if I get a new character, I need them to be at like 4 red star, 5 gold star, to really get a feel for them in the first place, because otherwise they're like easily the crappiest person on any team I put them on.
Yeah.
So
that's why I can't really fully evaluate Wakanda right now, but I'm looking forward to building them up.
Absolutely. In the meantime, if you need any footage, I got you.
All right, cool.
But so with Falcon, he's pretty good on Alliance War defense. He's a pretty good counter to a lot of squads. He for me, he feels a lot like Doctor Strange in that he's very matchup dependent. Like Doctor Strange is not like a just get your Doctor Strange real strong and bring him everywhere. It's not that simple. But there are matches where it's like, oh my god, if I just bring Doctor Strange in here, it's gonna be the easiest match in the world. He's single-handedly gonna destroy this team. Well, Falcon does that too. Falcon's not, any situation always ready to go. But against the right enemies, Falcon is a monster.
Who are a few guys that stand out that he counters, or teams maybe?
He does real good against the Fury Shield team. So he punishes people who use stealth. He punishes people who have a lot of buffs, and especially people who have a lot of buffs but not a lot of defense ups. So like the Fury Shield team is a perfect example. They have a lot of buffs, but their defense ups usually only last for one turn, and he will just do so much damage to those guys. And then there's one other interesting thing about Falcon to keep an eye out for, which is Falcon, in my opinion, falls into the same category as Cable and a couple other people now, which is he may not be meta today, but any patch can change that, because he does turn meter manipulation, and anyone who can change the speeds of other people, sooner or later a day will come where that is the difference between a meta team working and not working. So I don't think like today you need Falcon in your arena team, but I'll be really surprised if sometime in the next 8 months there isn't something that pops up where it's like, oh, okay, now we need Falcon, and he's gonna be the secret to toppling this crazy new team, whatever it is.
I like it. I want to try hard in this event to get him unlocked, because I did not spend any money on Falcon because I've been working on Shuri. So, but speaking of that Falcon event, what are your thoughts on this Falcon event? 6 nodes instead of 9. And I know what you're gonna say because we talked about this before the show, but what are your thoughts on this Falcon event?
I gotta find an interesting way to say this, because so we said it's all based on the Datamine. So actually, let me clarify. This is the one thing that's coming from rumors that I've heard. So this is not from a Datamine, but it makes sense. Signs point to it. So people have been quite upset that this Falcon event is only 6 nodes, and if you read the story, clearly the story is not finished at the 6th node. Like there's clearly more to the story, but it just ends at 6 nodes, and it's missing the 3 nodes at the end, which normally give you the best drops for his orb. So the way people took it was like, what the hell? This is just making us spend more money than we normally would have to. What a jerk move. And it's a perfectly reasonable response. When I first saw it, that was my reaction too. It's like, well, that seems like it's just there to cost us power cores for no reason. Yeah. That sucks. Yes. But so rumor has it that there's a chapter 2 to that event, and the reason that we haven't seen it yet is because it involves some spoilers, maybe some spoiler characters, some endgame related stuff, and that makes a lot more sense.
It does.
The community manager mentioned it on Reddit. He said people asked him about it, and he said it is working as intended, and then people prodded him further, like, so what the hell? And he was like, we know it's 6 nodes. We wrote the dialogue. We know that it sounds like there's more to the story. This is on purpose. And then people pressed him even further, and he was like, guys, take the hint. But I feel like he must have like a superior out there who was like, don't say anything about any surprises coming. And so he couldn't really say anything. So fortunately for me, I'm not employed at Fox Next or Marvel. Say what I want. I think there's a surprise coming, so I don't think people need to be quite up in arms about it.
Speaking of surprises, you got an image of a email of like the best way to use Falcon.
Yeah, they sent out. So if you're not subscribed to their emails, they send out like not an in-game email, an actual email whenever a new character comes out. And I always like to.
I'm gonna have to do that. I didn't know they had such a thing. So
it's on their MarvelStrikeForce.com, and I always like to scour over it for any clues and stuff. And sometimes you catch some interesting stuff. And so they mention in their patch notes that there's a mystery support character, and that they're building a power armor team. And so I'm sure you've put the image on the screen by now.
Yes.
At the bottom of that email, there's an interesting image of a power armor team and a silhouette. And anytime they do silhouettes, it's always the actual silhouette of the character pictured there. So to me, it looks like confirmed. It's Roger from American Dad.
It looks like an alien to me, really.
Yeah, a little bit. Well, so Roger from American Dad is an alien.
He is an alien. Okay, cool. I haven't watched that show, but yeah, looks like an alien. But that is potentially who's coming based on an email that was sent by Fox next.
I'm pretty confident to say that that's our mystery support, and the reason it's a silhouette is to keep them as a mystery. But
I'm just trying to watch my words, though. So
I hear you.
But this was sent directly from Fox Next to your email, correct?
Yeah. Okay.
This
is straight from them.
All right, so this is no leaking either.
Nope. And it's not confirmed that character has anything to do with the possible rumored chapter 2 of the campaign event, but that would be that makes the most sense to me.
Okay. It makes sense to me as well.
But so plenty of people can speculate. Unfortunately, personally, my hands are tied because I am fully aware of who that is. I can't confirm or deny who it is. I've been explicitly asked not to say, but I can say that I've heard some interesting guesses, and that I would say most people's guesses are pretty plausible. And I'll leave it at that.
Cool. Well, I won't press you any further because I know that you're not supposed to say anything. All right. Next thing, another Datamine came out. Very, very interesting. And tell me what I'm looking at here. I see this image that you sent me of the Datamine. It says damage indicator barrier. What does this mean? Because
so these are like in the game. These are things that will pop up.
Okay.
As like the little text. So like when you try to apply a debuff, you'll see it pop up and say like resisted. Or dodge or whatever, missed, critical hit, all those things. That's that damage indicator text, and they just added in a new one, barrier. And so that already has you thinking like, oh, what's going on here? And then that ties in well with an image someone sent me the other day from the live server. Apparently there was a display bug on the live server. I actually got this on stream too, but on my stream it displayed weird. Go ahead and throw it on the screen so people can see it. So
yeah, here it is.
You'll see there's a glowing bar above the health and turn meter bars.
That white thing.
Now, how you know that that's a visual bug that's not supposed to be showing like that is the glow is a response to like when it gets hit, it glows as it shows like health bar winding down.
Okay.
And it looks empty as well, so I don't think that bar is even supposed to be there. I think it's just a visual bug. When it happened to me on stream, it was like literally like halfway overlapping the health bar. So it just looked like, oh, like something's messed up with my health bars. I didn't realize at the time it was a separate bar until someone sent me this. And then I went, oh, that makes a lot more sense. And so if you're trying to figure out, like, so I don't get it. So white bars over their health, what are we missing? If you have not played Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, you might want to take a look at this.
Yes. So they have bars above their health bars as well, and they call this protection.
Yeah, the idea of that white bar in Galaxy of Heroes is they have to go through the white bar, which is like a shield, before they can even attack their health. And there are various things that will like replenish the shield bar but not touch the health, and vice versa. Certain heals will like only heal health but not the shield and stuff like that. So this is far from confirmed, but I think we might be getting some type of a barrier or shield on top of our health bars. Maybe a new mechanic tied to some of the new characters.
See, I remember when this came out in Star Wars, people were not happy with it. I was probably in the minority. I thought this is cool because it lets my characters survive longer. But then the flip side, you know, the enemy character is going to survive longer also. So that 5-minute timer could be too little for the raids and for the arena and wars and stuff, just because these battles will take longer. So that's the negative with that. But
yeah, but as far as I know, they can always amend that. But yeah, exactly what you said. Like, most people's immediate response to anything being changed is like, oh no, oh great, here we go again. Just like people, as soon as they hear anything's changed, they're like, I knew it, I knew they were gonna ruin it. And it's like, what are you talking about? I'm the same as you. When they added it in Galaxy Heroes, I was like, cool. I continued playing.
Yeah, I thought it was cool too, but I know a lot of people were upset about it. So we'll see how this happens. We'll see if this happens. We'll see how this is rolled out. There's good ways and bad ways they could do this, but I think that's very interesting. I like this, and I look forward to it. I hope that this is something that they do add.
I'm with you. I hope that it is what it looks like, and I'm looking forward to it.
All right, this is the biggest one. Now this has been data mined since last week. This has been floating around for a while. I don't think anybody's put this out publicly yet, right?
Well, no.
As far as I know.
The kit is like from like a day ago or something.
Oh, I was just gonna talk about the images, but yes, the kit is.
Oh well, so all right, we can start. The image has been floating around for about a week or so.
Okay.
But
so I'll show them on screen. And you could tell who that is. It's definitely Mr. Anderson from The Matrix, right?
No, it's clearly Duke Nukem in sunglasses.
All right, Duke Nukem coming to the game, guys. What do you guys think?
Yeah,
thumbs up
he
or thumbs
like
down?
Agent Smith. He looks like Agent Smith. But so we have his ability icons.
Agent Smith, not Mr. Anderson. Yeah, that's right. All right.
I find it interesting. You can tell. I didn't even realize until I looked closer. He's wearing like a bulletproof vest over the dress shirt. I just assumed he'd be in a suit, but he's wearing like some Kevlar over like a dress shirt. But you can see the Coulson ability. He's got the robotic arm, and it looks like he's using it in the special to set off like an EMP or something.
It does. All right, well, let's see exactly what that does, because you have a data mined kit of what all that does.
We got the kit. Now, disclaimer, this is from the characters JSON file, and I've talked about this before. Whenever I do interpretations of this, I don't always get it perfect because it's not written out the way you're about to hear me say it. It's written in code gibberish, and I'm usually like 90 to 95% accurate, but so I apologize if one part of this isn't like exactly accurate.
And even if it is accurate, it is a data mine, and all of it can change like that.
It's subject to change, but I think we got it right. But there might be like one or two little things, like with Killmonger. With the actually, never mind, because Killmonger they changed a ton of stuff before it released. But anyway, let's get into it. So starting off with the basic here, the basic will chain to. It'll hit a primary and chain to 2 to 4 enemies for 230% damage to the primary and 180% damage to the secondaries, with a 100% chance to 20% turn meter rewind on hit. If I remember,
100% chance. I like that.
Yes. Okay, that's what it is. Okay. And by the way, all of this is at level 7 basic special ultimate, level 5 passive. I didn't bother doing the lower ranks. Okay. But yeah, so continuing the trend of turn meter rewind like the other shield units. The special will start at 4 energy, 200% damage to the primary, 150% damage to 10 other enemies, steal 4 buffs, and give them to Nick Fury.
Oh.
If it's in Alliance War defense, flip those 4 buffs into debuffs, and then remove everything else. The remove everything else happens anyway. The part that's Alliance War defense specific is it, instead of just stealing 4 buffs and giving them to Nick, it replaces them with 4 debuffs that are the opposite of
So in Alliance War defense, he's still, or according to these files, he's still stealing them, but he's also giving the negative versions of these effects.
Right.
Wow, that is a nice special.
That's really good. Yep.
All right, I like it.
The ultimate here starts with 5 energy, defense down on primary enemy, call for 2 assists from non-summon units, so he won't call the Fury minions.
Okay.
If shields, if who he's calling for an assist is shield, give them offense up, then give the entire team a deflect stack, and then do 280% AoE damage to all.
Jeez.
And then finally, it's pretty cool. And then finally, we have the passive assist chance 20% on all shield ally attacks. Just a 20% chance to jump in and assist on any shield ally attack. When Nick Fury is attacked, he gains some counterattack on himself. Or Nick. That was kind of unclear if he's giving Nick the counterattack or to himself. And then shield allies, he's giving every shield ally 10% max HP. In Alliance War defense, as soon as Nick Fury is attacked, security gains taunt.
Oh.
As soon as you hit him once, it makes security taunt. And then finally, in Alliance War, offense or defense, 20% chance per shield ally to assist on non-damaging attacks, like Punisher's assist. If they're using a heal or a defense up or something like that, 20% chance per shield ally. So he can be at 80% chance to jump in. And then his tags, and I don't know if he counts himself. If he counts himself, then it will be 100%. His tags are Hero, Global, Tech, Protector, Avenger, and Shield.
Alright, so his kit sounds very strong with some elements of operative. We just got some unique elements. Who would you replace? I know initially you were talking about replacing operative or trooper in that 5th spot.
Yeah, that sounds right to me.
Okay. So you would keep Assault in there for that extra crit chance for the turn meter rewind for the rest of the shield?
Yeah.
Okay.
Turn meter rewind at the end of the day is the best way to just completely screw over your opponent's rhythm. And it sounds like the idea is to stick Coulson on there and transform the Fury Shield team into a dominant Alliance War defense team, which makes sense because they already tried to staff the rooms with shield units.
Yeah, so I guess a lot of people will be saving those shield teams for defense, right?
Yeah,
once he comes around. Now, quick question: the update note said that we'll be getting 2 new characters. We have Shuri. We have who just came out? Falcon. And it looks like there's gonna be one more, but we got a silhouette of one character, and we got some images of another character.
Correct. We got mystery support, and we got Coulson.
Yes.
So, I believe mystery support is the other.
Okay.
That's what it sounds like to me. As for when we'll get Coulson, you might happen to know this. When is the Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. the next season of that show?
Oh my goodness, I don't know. I will put the date on screen though. So that is the date that it's coming out. Sure. So is that when we should expect?
Purely a guess. I have no idea when we should expect him. So they had a dev blog recently talking about Coulson, and they said that he was coming a little bit down the road, but it sounded like they were trying to be clear that he's not coming with this patch.
Okay.
However, I believe that there's not going to be another patch between this and closer to the release of X-Men Dark Phoenix. So I don't know if he'll be in the middle of that or after. I have no idea what kind of timetable we're looking at. But my guess is if we're starting to see kit specifics pop up, that it can't be that far away.
Yeah, I mean, it seems like if they didn't do it this patch, it's going to be 2 patches away, because I don't think he's going to be in an X-Men patch. I mean, it wouldn't make sense for him to be in an X-Men patch, so...
No, not really, but, you never know.
Never do. I would be happy if they say 2 and give us 3. That wouldn't be a bad thing, right? Give us extra.
Yeah, I wouldn't be mad either.
Cool.
Or if they just tack him in as like the start of the X-Men patch, they get the ball rolling.
No, they got to release it this patch. That's just weird. He's not X-Men.
Well, they wouldn't be trying to call him an X-Men.
I know. It's just...
I don't know. You never know with these guys. You never know.
Never do. You never do. So, there's a lot of stuff that we covered. This was, we were thinking this would be a 10-minute video, but we obviously went a lot over that. And this probably could be a weekly thing, a news recap of if there's any news that you guys know of that happens between this video being released and the next time we film this. Leave it in the comments down below and let me know what is your favorite news item this week. I'm gonna put some timestamps in the description so you guys can jump right to these things. Anything else to add?
No, I think we've gone on long enough, but yeah, I think that's a great idea. I'm totally happy to do this every Tuesday. So yeah, leave in the comments, guys, anything between now and next Tuesday, what you want us to cover, news related for next week, and we'll touch on it.
Well, I'm looking forward to that. I always love our conversations, and finally we get one of our conversations just recorded. So it is what it is. I hope you guys like this. Make sure you check out Khasino's channel. Make sure you check out his live stream on Twitch. That is, let's see if I can do this from memory. Twitch.tv/Khasino.
Nailed it.
Every 1 p.m. Pacific time, every single day.
Awesome.
I got it. Cool. Follow him there. Check out his YouTube channel, guys. So happy you were on. Thank you again, Khasino. And thank you guys for watching. If you guys like this video, make sure you subscribe, smash on that like button, join the notification squad, share this with your friends, check out some of the links to support the channel, and I will see you next time. ValleyFlyin out.